Without a gun, without bloodshed, we can move 1 billion people from one level of living to another. This kind of thing has never happened in the history of humanity. On an average, I slept only for 2.5 hours a day. Not deprived of sleep, just kept my life energy so intense that sleep was not even an issue. There are times when I've gone without sleep for 3 days, 4 days, full scale working, not because you're on some kind of a drug and not sleeping, simply because of the intensity of purpose and commitment to what you're doing. Today I can proudly say, I have created thousands of people around me. All of them have gotten crazy like that. They're all beginning to work like this. Most of them, you don't know when they will sleep, when they will wake up, on, 7 days of the week. No holidays, no vacations, but everybody is joyful. If you come to the yoga center and see, you will see the most joyful faces. But they've never been on a vacation. They don't own a damn thing. They don't have money in their pockets, but they're just joyful because drunk with life, literally. Well, it's like this. Have you noticed on a certain day, if you're very, very joyful and blissed out, you are willing to do whatever is needed, no problem, isn't it? Any amount of work. But little frustration, your feet will drag. So I have not known frustration at all in the last 37 years. Not that everything goes right, many things don't happen the way I want. In fact, nothing happens the way I want, that's a fact because what I want is up there. It is always an incremental success of everything. But because of the sheer intensity of purpose and focus, when some movements we started and people gathered in millions, somebody told me, a very prominent person in the country, Sadhguru, this kind of crowds happened only when Mahatma Gandhi came. I said, no. See, don't compare, because Mahatma Gandhi had a huge advantage. He had an enemy. There was somebody to fight. When you have an enemy, you can gather masses. Now, my whole thing is, I'm constantly reminding people, there is only one enemy in your life, that's you. If you fix this one person, everything is fine with you. Yes or no? You have only one enemy, that's yourself. If you fix this one person, this is a wonderful life. So, when there is no external enemy, moving people towards a purpose is very difficult. But people have moved wonderfully, not just in India, around the world. People are putting a lot of pressure in various countries. Sadhguru, you've done enough in India, you must come and stay here, stay there, do this, do that. Why I'm telling you this is, you are young people. Each one of you, if you become a dynamo of energy and activity, this country, which is a nation of young people, will prosper and become a miracle like no other, because we have the largest number of young people. If you get the necessary intensity and balance within you, this is important. Intensity without balance will make you go crazy. If you have intensity and balance, we can make a miracle out of this nation. All the problems that we're seeing in this country can be a thing of the past in a matter of 10 years' time, not too long. If you look at nations, if you look at the history of this world, the only country which has moved a large segment of population from poverty to affluence in one generation is the China. but they did it with lot of force and pain, too much pain. Millions have died, so much pain, so much force. But today, India as a nation, we are sitting on a threshold that through a democratic process, if all of us do the right things in the next 5–10 years' time, through a democratic process, without a gun, without bloodshed, we can move 1 billion people from one level of living to another. This kind of thing has never happened in the history of humanity. Right now, India is sitting on that cusp that if we do the right things in the next 5–10 years' time, you will see this nation transforming. Without guns, without blood, without those kind of revolutions, simply through democratic process we can do. We are sitting on the threshold. It is just that we should not sit on the threshold for too long. We must take the next step and the next step, and that is in our hands as a generation of people. We need to do that.